magandang araw po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga viewers and listeners ng ating monthly podcast na Kwentuhan Time. So, kamusta sa aking partner? Lai, kamusta ka?
Okay naman dito, partner. So, as you notice, medyo familiar kasi parang dito rin tayo nag-shoot last podcast.
Yes.
Binago ko lang yung
Last
angulo.
month.
So, relax dito kasi medyo masakit yung likod ko ngayon. Kakalaro ko yan.
Thankfully, September is patapos na. No? At thankfully, naraos naman ang September. It's been a pretty packed month sa ating barangay. And celebrate natin pag September actually is World Cleanup Day, which syempre nakiisa din ang barangay natin dyan on September 20. And World Car Free Day noong September 22. So alam naman natin, usong-uso ngayon yung mga car-free areas sa iba't ibang cities, municipalities. And I think a couple of weekends ago, nag-celebrate ng second anniversary ang car-free Day ng Ayala sa Makati yan. Pero syempre, yung dito sa Barangay San Antonio, sa Emerald Avenue, hindi po siya sa J Drive, Emerald Avenue, I think, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, mga nasa 15 years na yan. Parang first or second term ko yan ng Kagawad, mga 2009, 2010. No? So, usong-uso talaga ang car-free days, no? Dahil nagiging avenue din ito for hobbies, no? Particularly for health and wellness. No? So may mga tumatakbo, may mga nagbabike, may din nagzuzumba. Syempre, dito sa barangay natin, meron din mga nagpipickleball. Mm-hmm. So talagang it's a good venue for health and wellness activities, particularly hobbies, which is what we are going to talk about today.
Yes, no? So now, hindi na natin papatagalin pa. Syempre, introduce natin ang ating special guest for today's episode of Kwentuhan Time. So, ang ating guest for today's episode, believe it or not, magkakilala na kami nito since high school. We took the same course in college and even studied in the best university here in Pearl Drive. He is also a part-time instructor here in the university and a data strategist. No? So, tinanong ko siya, ano bang ginagawa ng isang data strategist? So, he turns data into impact. So, he's also a self-proclaimed serial hobbyist. O, yan self-proclaimed. Which means, he takes his hobby seriously. Hindi yung mahilig sa serials lang, ha? Yan. He takes his hobby.
Actually, ang hobbies, no, para sa ating mga listeners, no, particularly mga walang hobbies na nakikinig dyan, malaki na din naitutulong yan sa sa mental health natin. Ang dami, mental health, physical, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, so serial hobbyist, meaning he takes his hobby seriously to the point na overachiever siya kahit sa mga hobbies niya. Wow, di ba? No, so early this 2025, he finished his first ever aquathlon. Yes, something common between the three of us. He's also a pickleballer. Nice naman. And last but not the least, last but not the least, he recently finished strong his first ever full marathon in Bali, Indonesia. Okay, so without further ado, let us all welcome our special guest for today's episode, my friend, Ace Bonita.
Hello. Nakaka-pressure naman yung introduction. Grabe.
Credentials yan.
So, since we're talking about hobbies, I came across this meme on Facebook. Sabi doon, you have to be careful with who you want to be friends with. Kasi, baka yayain ka nila mag-marathon or mamundok. Medyo relate ako doon. Kasi syempre, hobby ko mamundok. And I'm very honored kasi ang dalawang kasama ko for today's podcast ay seasoned marathoners. Naks naman.
Season talaga, ha? Hindi naman.
Grabe naman yung season.
Okay. So, naririnig din natin ngayon, di ba, yung mga linyahan na, ano ng era mo? No? So, I would like to know, how did that running era start? and how did it flourish?
So I would say officially nag-start siya maybe 2013. So I started 2013 hanggang 2018. Tapos I kind of stopped kasi parang sumakit yung tuhod ko, so I paused for a while kasi signs of aging. But also parang 2023 I said to myself na parang hindi ako titigil tumakbo kasi masakit yung tuhod ko. Like I would wanna fix my knees so that I can run. So I slowly kind of got back to it. Konti-konti, 3K, 5K. In preparation for the marathon, parang I spent mga 1.5 years overall training also. So yun. So
Huwag ka
wala rin
mag-alala.
masyadong pressure.
Masakit din yung tuhod ko ngayon. Naka-knee support na ako eh. But then of course, the show must go on. Kaya tuloy ang podcast natin. Raymond, how about you?
Ano pa, ako siguro before 2010 pa. Natigil na lang ako dahil siguro, nagkaroon ng gap rin, same as Ace, no? Dahil lahat gusto ko salihan eh. So, pag lahat gusto mo salihan, ang gastos, no? So, I also got into triathlon in 2012 yata, 2011. So, medyo mahal talaga, no? Not just the gear. The gear, tama yun eh. Yung unang bili mo, yeah, doon lang medyo mahal. Pero yung pagsali mo ng mga events, especially the out of town events are the most expensive ones. So, medyo nag-die down lang ng konti yung aking pagsali. No, pero what's good is that na-maintain ko naman yung disciplines, no? Like I still run, I still bike, I still swim. And then siguro amongst the three, running na lang nagagawa ko talaga now because siya ang pinakamura, pinakamadaling gawin, no? Nagkaroon ako na-rekindle actually yung aking fitness era, no, nung lockdown. No, lockdown. So doon nagsimulang bumalik. I mean, thankfully nga, wala naman ako nalimutan sa kanilang gawin. Ang nangyari lang is, just like Ace, it took time bago mag-unti-unti ulit. So yeah, yun ang, in fact, my first marathon was back in 2015.
Wow,
So,
10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah. So, medyo maaga-aga rin ang aking, maaga-aga ako nabudol.
Yes.
Pero it's a good budol, no? Dahil nga until now, no, at my age, at least andun yung hobby as a hobby and as a form of exercise.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
before the Garmin watches, smart watches, the wireless earbuds. It's before all of the tech. So
Yeah.
Oh, di ba?
Yeah, mas
Kaya
interesting.
season marathon
Yeah.
kayo. Kasi
Yeah.
it's not, you're not gadget based. You're doing it like as if it's part of your lifestyle already. So kahit may break, you were able to go back to it. 'Di ba?
Oo, tsaka yung kahit wala pa yung technology, although yung technology totoo yun, Ace, no, nakatulong naman ngayon, no, to make things a little bit easier. Maybe it will help you come out less injury. Magkakaroon ng injury-free training, no, in shoes, clothes. Yeah, pero at least nasimulan namin kahit nung time na guerrilla style pa. No? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I remembered one coach telling me, don't get into running if you can't sustain a certain pace given a certain period of time. No? So I think dun pumapasok yung usefulness, no, ng mga gadgets now. So earlier you mentioned na you prepare, no, you usually prepare for a marathon. Ano ba yung mga tips, no, or let's say what do you do in your usual routine to make it to a marathon?
For me, so training wise, so I did a lot of research. So I consumed a lot of materials online, and then I asked my marathoner friends. So as you said nga, be careful who you become friends with kasi sila yung magbubudol sa'yo. So I felt na hindi pa ako ready for a marathon this year. But my friend said, you will never be ready. So sign up na. So, noong February this year, I signed up for the marathon kasi lottery siya. So I was like, okay, pag nakuha ko, game. Pag hindi ako nakuha, it's not my year. Nakapasok, right? Tapos nung nakapasok ako, doon pumasok yung, oh my God, ito na, may pressure na. So I have to do my plan. So I allotted mga 5 to 6 months for training. Minimum,
Before
I
the
heard this
marathon.
before the marathon. Minimum is mga 16 to 18 weeks. And then, so yun, schedule lang ng plan. I did mga 3 runs a week. So isang long run, isang fast run, isang tempo run as well. Tapos yun, sinundan ko lang yung plan for that duration. Nakatulong din nga yung watch kasi yung mga tech stuff kasi para doon ko realize na yung pacing, yung training plans, automated din siya. Nag-a-adjust siya based doon sa my performance, how tired I am for the week. So yun yung yung preparation ko for the marathon.
Importante talaga ang data. Alam ni Ace, di ba? Pero totoo, alam mo, ang tip ko sa mga listeners natin, like who are running, para hindi kayo tamarin, sign up for a race. And once you sign up for a race, ayaw mo umabsent ngayon sa training.
Yes.
That's true. Even ako, I follow that regimen, yung that routine na 3 runs a week. Tapos in between, hindi rest yun na 0. It's like it's active recovery actually, cross training or strength training. Yung dati galit ako sa weights eh. Hindi ako mahilig mag-weights, no? Kasi
galit talaga.
Run lang kami ng run, no? Pero hindi ko pinapansin 'yan. Pero after my second marathon, which was a memorable one also because I did it on my 42nd birthday. So parang 42 at 42.
Birthday run.
Nice. Yun yung relevance nun 42K at 42 years old. So, doon ko nakita na with age, parang talagang kailangan mo ng strength training also. To complement your running. Na dati-dati, when I first did it at 35 years old, parang hindi kailangan. So yun, after 42. So ako, I wish to have another marathon, pero sana abroad na, tulad ni Ace. Siguro mangungutang muna ako sa
ibang
kanya.
level.
Mangungutang muna ako sa kanya ng pang-registration. Dollars. Pero that's the goal. Katakbo rin ako na isang bucket list ko yan. International. Hopefully Sydney.
World Major Sydney. Yeah.
Pero Raymond, di ba na-share mo sa akin, I think, these past days, you're also preparing for a marathon this coming October?
Half marathon lang.
Half.
So that's 21 kilometers. So actually, this is a revenge run for us. So I signed up with my brother and my sister kasi tinakbuhan namin siya last year, but then unfortunately, ang sama ng panahon. So then I came from a trip which was diretso ako from the airport. So I wasn't 100%. Me and my siblings, actually my brother wasn't able to run because of unexpected schedule changes. My sister naman, gusto lang niya bumawi talaga. Kasi nga dahil sa weather last year, syempre affected ang time. Nung goal naman yan, no? Hindi naman siya pressured kami na talunin, but then since we know na we were slower, yun naman yung kagandahan nito di ba? It challenges you lang. Kahit ba you beat it by 5 seconds, di ba? At least, alam mo lang, you did better than last year or your previous run. A couple of days ago, kausap ko rin anak ko about sports. Sabi ko, we don't really have to be good, no? Kasi I play paddle with my son, no? Ang sabi ko lang, intindihin mo lang yung discipline part na nakukuha mo sa sport, di ba? And that would really help your character din pagtanda mo. Diba? O kaya pag nasa tunay ka na ng buhay.
Hindi naman kayo magkapareho nung marathon, nung time na yun. Baka magkapareho,
Magkapareho. Garmin ba to?
Garmin, yes, last year.
See?
Yeah.
Oo.
Yung rescheduled because of the weather.
Yes, di ba? Tapos,
Yeah.
nung na-reschedule, di ba, Ace, umuulan pa rin. So,
Yeah. Tapos
Yeah.
so
yung like
mabawi.
you're preparing na, you're tapering, nagka-carbo load ka, parang, uy, canceled. So, and then 2 weeks, yung na-move siya 2 weeks yata or something. So, medyo
Yeah.
naka-ano siya. Kind of messed up a few things.
Ang masama pa, nung na-cancel, wala, maulan.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
so kami ng mga kapatid ko, actually, we're excited for it. No? We've been training, we're following this 8 weeks plan kami. No? Kasi we decided lang 8 weeks prior to the race na talaga register tayo.
Yeah. So, at least based on our conversation, ang nakukuha ko lang is, it's very important to train. Hindi talaga yung tatakbo ka lang, no?
Hindi
You
pwede.
follow
Ano
a
yan?
certain plan.
Suicide yun. Pag ginawa mo nang walang training, totoo yung practice makes perfect. Eh. And if hindi ka mag-train and then you go for it, chances are you will not enjoy it. But if you enjoy it, diba, training is just half of the journey. And then finishing the race is another half. No? And then may post-race, which is, it makes you crave for more. Precisely because alam mong disiplina mo sarili mo na mag-ensayo, and then na-disiplina mo sarili mo dun sa actual race, di ba, Ace?
And then, for my non-running friends, pag sinabi ka na, oh, I'm training for marathon, sabihin nila, wow, grabe, how can you do that? Tagal nung run, 5 hours, ganyan. But I always tell them that as long as you train, anyone can do it. Because legit, like, if I could do it, as long as I follow yung training plan, anyone can do it. Tapos parang ano siya, parang graduation sa school, wow, tie up. Parang the race itself is like graduation kasi nadaanan mo na siya. It's not running the race itself. It's like the 3 runs every week, yung gigising ka, tapos parang, oh, ayoko tumakbo, umuulan. Part of the training for the Bali Marathon was, yung peak nung long runs ko was during the rainy season.
Yeah.
Tapos parang may times, pinos ko, sabi ko, hindi ako tatakbo today kasi umuulan. Tapos parang, oh my God, 3 araw na umuulan, hindi pa ako nakatakbo. So I was like, takbo ko kahit
Pero ang pinaka nakakahinayang doon yung sapatos mo pag nabasa.
Actually, lalo na kung puti.
So, talagang pagkatapos, pupunuin ko yun ng dyaryo. Pupunuin ko yun ng dyaryo after para talagang sip-sipin. No, yung tubig. In fact, most of my friends that joined the Sydney Marathon, naranasan din nila, Ace, yung gano'n, yung rain training. No choice yun eh. Bumabagyo pa nga nun eh.
Yeah, so you mentioned, no, ayun yung mga challenges. Can be the weather. Was there ever a time na nagkasakit kayo or like you're already running, tapos, I don't know, na-upset yung tiyan nyo?
For me, kasi pag marathon training, parang you always push yourself every week to the limit. So especially leading. So parang lagi kang nandun sa threshold of push, but also na parang dapat hindi ka ma-injure kasi pag na-injure ka, mas mahirap. So it's always that thing. Na parang minsan pag gigising ako, parang, ayokong tumakbo. Pero sabi ng watch ko, ready naman daw akong tumakbo. So, but also may mga araw na parang, I feel good. Like, feeling ko kaya kong tumakbo today, may energy ako. Pero sabi ng watch, wag daw i-push kasi the stats aren't good, ganyan. So, yung mga ganong, feeling, but also it's important to look at data. Yes, tie in. But sa mga na-challenge is
magka-kliyente ka. Magkakaroon ka ng kliyente sa mga viewers natin.
Well, he turns data into decisions, kaya talagang, di ba? Practical, very practical.
Tama yung sinabi mo, yung immune system natin rin, challenge yan pagka ganyan. So minsan, makakaranas ka ng pagsipon, di ba? Or para ka nilalagnat.
Tapos in terms of upset stomach, isa sa mga nagulat din ako na kailangan ding i-train for a marathon is nutrition. So pag nagma-marathon, may gels, yung energy gels, ang sabi nung before, when I started that training, sabi no, akala ko laban lang, di ba? Parang kain ka lang, tas laban mo lang. But like, if you go more than 16 kilometers or like more than an hour, ibang labanan na siya. Parang iba na yung effect sa body, so kailangan mag-refuel, replenish. Tas doon, yung gels, isa din yung sa mga natutunan ko na kailangan importante para ready.
Tsaka kailangan tinetest mo siya. Tinetest mo siya. Kasi baka pag first time mo lang siya itatry sa race, baka doon magkaroon ng bad effect sa stomach.
Yeah.
Tama. Nung sa Bali, merong sa hydration stations, meron silang ino-offer na free gels. Tapos parang interested ako, but I was like, hindi ko rin pwedeng gamitin kasi baka ano mangyari sa akin.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tama yun.
Ang ano na yun, last 2 kilometers. Para diretso ka na sa banyo.
Parang may motivation.
Nabilisan mo. Di ba?
Okay.
Yan ang mga ano dyan, yan ang mga I think it doesn't go, it goes for all sports. Not just for running, no? So since you want to see it like hobby across the board, end of the day it's really preparation.
Yeah. So actually I do the same also whenever I hike. Quote unquote, nagtitrain din ako. Like say for example, when I went to Pulag, I was 33 that time. Wow, 'di ba? Talagang inalala ko 'yun. Kasi syempre it's a memorable hike for me. But prior to climbing Mount Pulag, nag-train din ako as in naggawa ko ng mga minor climbs, no? So para I get accustomed to the ahon. And then lagi ako may baon. Trail food.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time na ang yabang ko pa, sinabihan ako ng isang guide, "Ma'am, hindi ka talaga magdadala ng kanin or whatsoever." Alam mo, dumating sa point na hilo ako, pero syempre, I was attuned to my body that time. Sabi ko ulit, "Kuya, pause muna tayo. Kain na ako ng nips. Kain lang ako ng saging. Tapos, pag natauhan na ako ulit, akyat na tayo." No? So, yun, yung training, nutrition, etc., it's very important. Though, there were also challenging climbs. Aminin ko, isa sa mga pinaka-challenging yung isang hike na nakasama ko si Ace. Oh my gosh.
Saan yun?
Sa may Pundakit, sa Zambales. Yung weather nung time na yun, kasagsagan na naman ng heat index nun. So kanina, di ba, pinag-uusapan nyo yung intense yung ulan. Ito, pag sobrang init, it also drains your energy.
Diba rin?
To the point that, ayun yung hike, first ever hike na question ko talaga yung sarili ko. Hiker ba talaga ako?
Gagawin ko ba talaga to? Diba? Ayoko na.
Ginagawa. Yun, ganun. Bakit ko to ginagawa? But then again, during that time, I had to divert yung ganong fixation na nagsastruggle ako. So parang that time, sabi ko, bakit hindi tayo nagtitake ng photos? So photography is also my hobby. So especially nature photography. So nung nag-take na ako ng photos, I enjoyed. Kasi dun ko na-realize na yung bundok, hindi siya mahirap. Maganda siya.
And kahit photography, di ba, Lai, nabanggit mo na yan. Kasi makakala nila, hobbies lang na sports ang pinag-uusapan natin na kailangan ng training. I mean, even the non-sport hobbies like photography, may painting, di ba? It's not just a one-time na magaling ka na or may enjoy mo na. No? So it requires also practice. Di ba? Constant na muscle memory. No? Hindi lang siya hindi lang siya isang beses mo lang gagawin, hindi magugustuhan mo na. So talagang ensayo siya.
Yes. And since may special participation yung fur babies mo dyan, I think it's also a good hobby to walk the dog, right?
Oh, yes.
Actually, even
I think lahat tayo may alaga. So, ayan na. Lalabas na ang special cameo.
Actually, even owning one, di ba, it starts as a hobby, pero ako? Pero again, di ba, ang kagandahan nga niyan, yung may napaglilibangan ka.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so kanina pinag-uusapan natin, 'di ba, how important yung mag-train for a marathon. I think it's also equally important to have recovery tips after any marathon. So, meron ba kayong suggestions sa ating mga viewers and listeners?
For me, kasi nga training for a marathon, ang laki ng impact sa katawan. Nakita ko na importante yung nutrition, recovery after. So yung kasi nade-deplete lahat ng resources, carbs, electrolytes, lahat. So importante yung nutrition before
Mhm.
and especially after the race, the
Mhm.
long runs itself. May time na tinry ko mag-weigh before and
Mhm.
after the run. So nakita ko na if I run for may mga 2 hours, 3 hours, parang nawawalan ako ng at least 2 kilograms. And that's all the water weight and all of the
Mhm.
things. So importante mag-rehydrate after, kumain after. So yun, that's for me.
Siyempre, napag-uusapan na rin ng pagkain. No? Ay, kanina pa ako kumakain eh. No?
Oo
So,
nga eh.
Oo nga eh.
ano ko lang yung ating sponsor for today. Ang 21 Spices Grilled Pork Sisig. Alam ko pork
Wow,
to,
sisig.
pero wala naman masyadong taba.
Yeah.
Plus yun nga, pag may physical activity, kailangan mag-replenish, sabi nga ni Ace. So, kay Brent, thank you sa sisig natin. Siyempre, bukod
Ay,
sa pagkain, bukod sa pagkain, kailangan mag-cool off muna rin kayo ng pagtakbo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mag-ano muna kayo, galit-galit muna. So mga ako, 2 weeks. 2 weeks walang takbo pagka mayroong mga long runs na ginagawa.
Right. But do you do like some active recovery well apart from nutrition?
Ako naglalakad.
Yes.
Naglalakad.
Yes.
Yan. Walking.
I do the same
Yung-
when I hike. Lakad kahit ang sakit-sakit ng katawan ko.
Mm-mm. Isa sa mga na-enjoy kong active recovery, swimming. Kasi
Oh.
and then literally refreshing kasi lubog ka sa tubig. But also, it's cardio enough na hindi siya kasing lakas ng impact sa katawan like running or cycling or
Yeah.
tapos isa sa mga na-enjoy ko din na active recovery, pickleball.
Yeah. Yun, ano yun.
Ito na. Ito na ang inaabangan nating lahat.
The pickleball craze. Diba?
Yes,
Marami
yes,
na na-convert dyan.
Yes, it's a
Ayun.
sport that has been sweeping the nation. I think, Ace, nakita ko sa IG mo na yun nga, nakapag-pickleball ka pa sa Bali. 'Di ba? So,
Yes. Inano ko talaga yan. Nasa checklist ko yan to play pickleball abroad. Kung si Raymond gusto niya mag-marathon abroad, gusto ko mag-pickleball abroad.
so, yun na nga eh, since it's a craze right now, I want to know why is it addicting?
For me, discover ko siya mga mid-2023. Nung pasimula din nung that's the start of my marathon era.
Mhm.
Kita ko siya as like an active recovery na pwede ko siyang gawin even if na after the intense run training. Bakit siya addicting? Kasi pag pinanood mo siya, pag pinanood mo yung mga tao maglaro, makita mo parang, oh, dali lang to. It's not as fast as badminton, yung court, hindi kasing intimidating as tennis. Pero pag ikaw na yung naglalaro, parang, oh my God, very competitive. It's, ma-realize mo na it's not as easy as it appears. Tas doon ka matitrigger. Parang doon maano yung competitive spirit mo talaga.
Agree ako doon kasi I watched this short reel. Tinanong sa isang interview si Manny Pacquiao what he thinks about pickleball. Sabi niya, pickleball? It's so slow. And I'm like, what the? It's not so slow. And then tinanong pa niya yung host, do you play pickleball? It's very slow. Sabi ko, hindi ka naglalaro ng pickleball, Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, depende siya sa naglalaro eh.
Mhm.
There are really games na mabilis. Meron din naman talaga mabagal. So it depends on the skill level, pero that I think that makes it very addictive eh. Yung kahit anong skill set mo, kayang laruin eh. Kayang gawin. I mean, my siblings play. I have a sister na walang ka-sport, no? And ngayon, naglalaro siya and she's happy. Kasi meron siya na-discover na sport na kaya niyang gawin. No? So that in itself siguro is an indication already of why it's so addictive. And siguro dun sa mga mag-excel naman, no? Hindi naman pro level tulad ni Ace, no? Yung mga ano lang.
Nakaka-pressure naman yung pro level.
Yung tulad ko lang na ibabalik ko lang, di ba? Yung simple lang, ma-enjoy mo rin siya eh. Di ba? Gusto mo rin siyang gawin over and over again. Yun nga, tama ka, Ace. It's hindi siya mabigat sa tuhod. Depende rin how you play it actually. Kung gusto mo siya sumakit talaga katawan mo, sasakit rin talaga. Pero if yung bang para lang siyang maging libangan, yung para pawisan ka, it's a sport na control.
Yeah.
Ang maganda nga sa pickleball, mababa yung barrier to entry. It's a very welcoming sport na pag nakita mo siya, ay, kaya kong gawin yan. Like, napansin ko din na, kasi isa sa mga ginagawa namin doon sa club where I joined, nag-join kami ng mga open play. Yung dumadayo kami ng mga courts. So, and then I realized na yung mga kalaban namin, all ages, all skill levels. Tapos isa sa one of the harder lessons I learned is not to judge my opponent by the way they look. Kasi mga nakalaban na tita, syempre sabi ko, tita to, I have to be nice, baka hindi sila makaano. Pero grabe pumalo, grabe mag-serve, grabe humabol. So, I mean, it's a sport for everyone at all skill levels na you can play, na casual lang. Pero you can also play na very, competitive.
High competitive level.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, siguro on my end, why I find it addicting, kasi para siyang may dopamine effect. It's like you get so much satisfaction, or let's say you want to win, etc. But actually, my point is, it's not really after the winning. I wanted to improve on the sport. No, so this year, nagkuha talaga ako ng coach, no, nagte-train talaga ako, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? No, so tinatawanan niya na ako.
Pang-rehab na tong addict na to.
Oo nga eh. So, but then again, yun na nga, it's addicting because you wanted to improve on something. Meaning, okay lang ako matalo. Ang point ko is, I wanted to improve. Gusto ko siyang malaro ng tama yung form ko. And kanina, Ace was saying about joining open plays. Nakaka-addict yun kasi yung thought na may encounter kang iba-ibang players, ayun na nga, across all ages, across all skill set. So, yung minsan nagugulat na lang ako, oh my gosh, itong lolo na to, ang galing-galing pala nito. Pero meron din akong mga nakakampi na, let's say, senior na siya. Natutuwa ako sa kanya kasi sabi niya, ay, buti na lang, kakampi ko si Lalay. Kayang-kaya pang humabol. Pero at least sa palo, ako yung bahala doon. No? So, you get to have that teamwork. Alam mo yun, marami kang magiging kaibigan pag nag-pickleball ka eh.
Totoo eh. Babalik tayo doon sa sinabi ko sa anak ko, di ba? Yung disiplina lang. Tama kayo eh. Lai, hindi naman yan yung sa manalo tayo. Or what, di ba? Pero yung disiplina, actually, for you to crave to become improved, that in itself is a form of discipline. Di ba? Which, again, supports mental wellness, keeps you prepared for real life, di ba? I mean, sa professional lives natin, di ba? Na-apply mo rin siya. So, again, babalik tayo, no? I-general ko lang ulit, no? At least kung meron ka na paglilibangan, meron kang hobby, although it's unwritten, no, yung mga benefits na iba, no? Pero ang dami niya nagiging benefits sa isang tao.
Yeah.
Ang isang underrated na benefit for me nung pickleball is the gap in between the games. So pag nag-open play ka, 'di ba, lalaro ka 15 minutes. when you wait, while you're waiting for your next game, anong gagawin mo? Hindi makikipag-usap ka dun sa mga nakaupo with your friends. And because of that, hindi ko lang to nabanggit kanina, but like I started my marathon era kasi yung isa kong ka-pickleball friend, siya yung into running talaga. Tapos parang nabanggit lang niya, tapos parang nasama ako ng konti doon sa run club, tapos parang dire-diretso na. And then another time, kasi chit-chat lang, ganyan, doon ko naman nalaman na this other person, nagta-triathlon siya. So parang, uy, sama naman ako sa swimming. So parang, apart from the game itself, it's, it's these conversations, the gap in between the games, catalyst siya for discovering new things, having new friends, tsaka expanding,
Network. Your
Yeah.
network.
That's true. It's an inclusive platform, meaning yung mga nagpi-pickleball, they're not just pickleballing. They have other hobbies, and you get to discover those hobbies when you get to meet them on court and off court. Right. Baka may phone-in question ka dyan about pickleball.
Basta ako, excited na ako makalaro ulit si Ace sa
Oh,
pickleball.
sa yung quarterly visit ka sa pickleballers.
Yeah, the pickleballers community of Barangay San Antonio. Kasi marami akong ginagaya kay Ace, di ba?
Oh, no.
O yan, inamin niya on air. Inamin niya.
Inamin ko. Basta, kasi pag-serve ko, si Ace yan. Yung pag-spike ko, yung mga kill, yung mga angles, si Ace yan.
Parang ayaw ka nang bumalik sa BSA. Baka tumaas yung expectation ng mga tao. Pero yung isa kong gustong i-try lately is paddle. So, gusto ko lang i-try kasi when I was in Indonesia, naghahanap ako ng pickleball clubs. Madaming paddle. So, parang bakit ba sikat yung paddle dito? But I haven't had the chance to try. So, Raymond, this is a soft for an invite for paddle.
In fact, a couple of days ago, yung dalawa naming ka-pickleball, na-invite ko naman to play paddle with me and my son. Kasi ang paddle, mas masarap din siyang laruin ng doubles. Like just like pickleball. So pagka mapapahiram mo yung iyong mahalagang oras sa amin, talagang sasabihan kita na kung meron tayo. Para ma-experience. Yeah.
Pero hindi ka naman nahirapan like to adjust your grip, your swing, yung mga drive mo from pickleball to paddle?
Mahirap. Pero again, ano na siya for example, just like when I play pickleball. Siyempre, kung naglaro akong paddle a few days ago, mas malakas pumalo sa paddle So siyempre, yung mga una kong palo sa pickleball na lalaruin ko ang lalayo, outside. Kasi nga, kasi medyo meron ka pang Pero after couple of tries, di ba? Makukuha mo rin yan. So, I think yun din na-expect mo, Ace, pagka naglaro tayo ng paddle, when you try this new sport, hindi ubre yung harang lang natin raketa, then bumabalik na bole.
Walang effect yung block.
Ito, medyo, wala effect yung block lang. So, talagang may yes. Yeah. So again, that's the beauty of trying out a new sport, diba? Or a new hobby, diba? It's new learnings. It's new learnings for you, and it makes you parang jack of all trades, master of none, diba? Pero importante, parang ka Renaissance man, diba?
Wow.
Nasubukan mo lahat.
That's so UANP.
That's true.
I'm a drag.
We're a student of the world.
Grabe, that's
arts.
so UANP. Speaking of UANP, shameless plug na lang, di ba? Kasi October 10 is World Pickleball Day. So I organize an open play for UNP Alumni Dragons here in UANP.
So yung mga nakikinig, nanonood na alumni ng UANP.
Punta lang kayo dito ng October 18. But World Pickleball Day is October 10. Of course, invited kayong dalawa, di ba?
Kampi tayo, Ace.
Of course! Let's go!
Para, kung alam lang nila, ginaya ko lang lahat kay Ace.
Oh no! Pleasure.
Then, magkakaalaman pag nagkalaro na kayo ulit on court. Okay, so, yan, dahil nga napakasaya ng ating kwentuhan time, baka naman meron tayong mga takeaways no, before we end this episode.
Ikaw muna, Ace. Anong masasabi mo?
One of my key takeaways is everyone should have a hobby. Kahit kahit hindi naman kailangan sports, pwedeng arts. Parang siya, productive rest. Na rest isn't doing nothing. It's doing something different, something that you like. Yung gusto mo for the sake of itself, not for anything else. So yun yung klase ng rest na nakukuha ko sa hobbies. Na parang even if nakapagod siya, surprisingly doon ko nakukuha yung parang game na ulit ako bumalik sa work, ganyan. Or also I'm also looking forward to the weekend kasi it's outside the the grind. So yun yung for me, hindi ko ma-imagine yung sarili ko na walang hobby. So as a serial hobbyist, kasi otherwise I think yes, it stops me from being crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, siguro ako lang, no? Dadagdag ko na lang kay Ace. No? Tama yun. Have a hobby. Di ba? Marami talagang benefits. Pero again, no, reality check lang always. Have a hobby that you can afford. Afford both in time and of course financially. Di ba? Kasi mamaya, sa sobrang hobby mo, napapabayaan mo na trabaho mo, napapabayaan mo na panahon mo sa pamilya. That's true. May mga ganyan di ba? Pag sinabi naman natin something you can afford, baka naman scatter or sugal lang yung hobby. Uubusin ka rin yan. You know? So, again, find something that is worth your while. No? Malilibang ka. But then at the same time, it's not something that will hurt your life, but actually complement or make your life better.
So, siguro just to integrate kung ano yung mga sinabi nyo, si Ace was talking about rest. So, I read in one article na there are different types of rest. Physical, social, emotional, mental, and there's also sensory and creative rest. So, yung mga hobbies natin, they can fall into those types of rest. Tama ka no? Yung sustainability, I wanted to use the term sustainability. Kasi may times na tinatanong tayo, di ba? O anong era mo? On my end, parang ako, it's not just an era. I wanted it to be a lifestyle. Yung hobby, I wanted it to be sustained my entire lifetime. Kasi di ba, kung masaya ka sa ginagawa mo, bakit era lang siya? It should not just be an era. It's a lifestyle. Okay.
Agree ang ating data analyst ba?
Pasado ko sa kanya.
Pasado. Kita ko
Uno.
Oh, of course.
yung salamin
Of course. Overachiever yung guest natin, so dapat overachiever din yung host, di ba?
My pickleball mentor. Okay, so again, maraming salamat. Sa ating mga viewers, sa ating mga listeners, sana nag-enjoy kayo. Sana may natutunan din tayo. End of the day, ang purpose naman ng podcast natin is really public service to help, di ba? And to inspire ang ating mga listeners and viewers. So, sa ating guest, Ace, thank you for sharing your time. And we'll see you sa court soon. Soon, diba? Both paddle and pickle na. Paddle and pickle na tayo.
Yes. Willing, very interested to try paddle. Yes.
Tulungan ka namin dyan. Okay, so again, Lai, thank you. Meron ka pa bang last words sa ating mga listeners?
Siyempre, sa ating mga viewers and listeners, gusto ko lang paalalahanan kayo, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, Kwentuhan Time. You can find us on YouTube and Spotify.
Okay, so again, maraming salamat, Ace. Thank you, Lalay. Thank you sa ating mga viewers and listeners. And we'll see you again next month sa isa na namang episode ng ating monthly podcast, Kwentuhan Tayo. Ingat tayo lahat.
Thank you.
Thank you.